Hi traders, hope you like my thumbnail. Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. My name is Chris. I'm the head trader at thetradingmentors.com and hope you like my video. For the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we'll be going through the charts and the analysis for the next week. And before I start that, I'd like you to firstly like the video, and I'd also like you to subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. Apparently me saying that helps the algorithm. I don't know about these things. Anyway, let me just go over the gold situation, because this is where the money is, isn't it? For this week and the past week, Forex has been terrible. Forex trading has been all over the place, and many of you will agree with that. However, the profits have all been in gold trading. So let me explain first of all what's happened in the last week from the 23rd. And here, for instance, gold 1954.98. We bought it, sold it at whatever it was, 1971. And so we had a nice profit there. This one went for 1963 to 1993, 300 pips profit there. So that was 170, 300, whatever that is, 63, went up to 1980, 170 pips, another 170 pips, and those calculate to be about 220, I think. So a nice set of results, despite Forex. We lost on Euro dollar, didn't we? We lost on US Swiss, but that is insignificant compared to gold trading. Now this is my live situation in my MT4 chart. And one thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do some coaching throughout this, hope you don't mind, for members and for everybody else as well. One of the things that I've done for over 30 years, 41 years I've been doing this, is looking at the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA is amazing. So what I want you to do in your trading, before you enter any position, let's say the price has to be above the 50-day moving average. Let's say the price has to be above the 50-day moving average. Let's say the price has to be above the 50-day moving average. Let's make that a rule. Okay, on any time frame, let's say that the RSI above the 50 is a rule. Above the 50 is a rule. Above the 50 is a rule. The other thing you can do, of course, is you can see the stochastic, and the stochastic is telling you where it's going next. The stochastic is telling you where it is going next. The stochastic is telling you where it's going next, etc. So those three rules will keep you safe and increase your trading performance exponentially. Now it doesn't matter if you're day trading or swing trading or position trading, with the parabolic trend of course, but it's really important that you have a set of rules which must fit into the criteria first, otherwise you are not going to be clear about which direction you're going. So have a look at here, for instance. Gold has been strong this week. We've made money, actually made money on this move here. You saw it earlier, I was scalping a couple of moves. But here we can see that the price has moved below the 50 EMA, and it's 30-minute chart's quite slow. Stochastic agrees, and the RSI has fallen below the 50 line. Those rules apply, and so therefore a good trade is to go short. Now I knew that the long-term trend is higher because of the parabolic trend. I'll cover that in the next few minutes. But it's a great way to trade. And also note here, once the price of the RSI goes into below 30, you don't want to be there any longer. It's not worth your while. Don't worry, I am going to go into the markets any moment now, but I just want to talk about gold a little bit, because this is probably where all the money is going to be. Gold trading, silver trading, and possibly oil trading if Forex doesn't sort itself out. All right, so always give yourself the options to trade commodities if they are ready to just trade on your own risk. However, this was something that I put into the signals. You do gold signals room in Telegram, and this is looking fantastic. So if you're still holding on to that, we got in down here, so we're 255 pips up if you are still in that, heading for 220.36. But I've just done a video on YouTube for the hourly chart, and we've got another set of targets which I'll go over in a minute. Now, what's likely to happen on Monday, we're probably going to see a pullback, depending what goes on over in the Middle East, of course. But we're probably going to see a pullback because look at these stochastics here, way oversold, sorry, overbought, and the price is outside the channel as well. So you're likely to see quite a strong pullback. I'm going to be moving my stop to 201 on Monday first thing, as soon as I can anyway, as soon as the market's open, so that I lock in some of that massive profits that we've had. And then I'll be looking to re-enter about 1994, which is the previous support area. Let's jump into the news for next week, just in case anything else is going on. We've got enough going on in the world, haven't we? But nonetheless, Monday looks quiet, so we don't expect much Monday, and low volumes, except for gold, of course, depending what's going on. Tuesday, we have BOJ press conference, so that may impact on yen futures. Nothing for the dollar. Oh yes, sorry, there's a consumer confidence data out at 2 p.m. on, where was I? Tuesday. So we'll look out for that. Wednesday, JOLTS job openings, 2 p.m. Oh, and there's a FOM interest rate decision on Wednesday at 6 p.m. as well. So that's probably going to liven things up a bit oh, that's strange. They're predicting a decrease. Oh no, they're expecting the price interest rates to remain the same, so that's okay. Depends what they do, so that will impact on the dollar, of course. And Thursday, jobs, usual thing, jobs claims. Friday, non-farm payroll week. Come along again to the non-farm payroll week, so look out for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. One thing I want to show you, which is interesting, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but brokers have to put a disclaimer onto their site. Now this is low. As you can see, that 70% of retail investors who open an account lose all their money. I've seen one with 81%. I've seen one with 79%. I've seen 79 to 90% of people lose all their money when they open a brokerage account. Why is that? Because they don't have a set of rules. They're trying to trade without any indicators, many people. Absolute nightmare. I don't understand why people do that. I've been doing this for 41 years, and I would not be using the tools that I use now if there were better ones around. All right, so that's why people lose all their money, because they're trying too hard. So I'm delighted to welcome you to the daily video analysis. Sorry, not the daily video. This is the weekly Forex forecast. I do a daily video analysis every day for members, just to let you know. And if you want to join free membership, the link is below, and you can subscribe to become a member. Have a look in the description below if you like what you see. See what I'm doing there? So the DXY is very mixed. We've got buyers coming in above the 21-day moving average, which is fantastic. I'm not just convinced of this dollar going strong. I'm just not convinced of it. And the MACD agrees with me. So I won't be looking at dollar. I'll be looking at US Canadian. That is probably a Canadian drive weakness on Canadian's behalf, but that's the only one I've been analysing today. whilst we have mixed views on any particular pair, including DXY or any future contracts, it's best to stay away from that particular pair because you'll find you have mixed results. Now the yen futures is different. What is a bit odd, and very odd indeed, is that this is no longer correlating with any yen pairs. Normally when you see a weaker yen futures, this will drive the yen pairs much higher. We're not seeing that at all. So this is very odd indeed. It's broken structure on the last few days to the downside, and the target is 65.70 from the weekly chart. So this is likely to continue weak. So, but the yen pairs are just not playing ball with this. It doesn't agree with it. So something else is probably going on. But if we see that in the week the yen pairs start to move up, then we shall be trading it. So look out for the yen pairs this week, members, so that we can get into that if we're going to see a rally on those. But I wouldn't be holding my breath at the moment. I think something else is going on and there's better trades to be had. The Dow Jones, you should be short this. This had breaker structure in the week and we're expecting it to go to 31,897, which is the previous support. If it breaks down there, which is always possible in these current situations, then a big move is likely. The Nasdaq, you should be in it if you are a member. Sorry about that, getting Facebook messages coming in. And so this is going down. You should be short this a few days ago, members. And Nasdaq going to 13,010, 011 we'll call it, shall we? Because it's a previous low from the weekly chart. So quite a big move coming. If we're going to see a crash of the markets, we want to be in them and hold. All right. So one of the things I saw yesterday in a documentary, I hope you don't mind me going on, is a Bloomberg documentary on the biggest funds. And Vanguard have the biggest fund. I don't know if you know, $7.8 trillion they hold for customers. And one of the interesting things is they asked the question, why do customers come to you and hold such large funds with you? And their answer was because we buy and hold. And this is what I'm trying to say to my customers, is to say, look guys, you've got to, in this case, sell and hold, because it's never surprising how far prices actually go. If you limit your targets or limit your profits, then you are not going to be in a winning situation in the long term. And that's the Vanguard rules, and they are doing very, very well. So just a little message there to say, sell and hold, or buy and hold, because you'll be surprised how quickly your account profits. In fact, I don't often put a target on my positions because I know which direction they're going and are likely to continue. But we have to have targets, don't we? It's probably a good idea to have some targets. So this is the Aussie 200. You should be short this. This is parabolic to the downside, going down and down. 65 is the target. FTSE 100, if you've got the advanced pro charts, then you should be short this a couple of days ago, and target 72.27. I posted this signal into the signal room. I don't know what day it was, but once we got the sell signal, that was it. And it is now parabolic to the downside, breaker structure to the downside, and happy days in profit. Going slow, but nonetheless, doesn't matter how long it takes, does it? 13,468 is the target. Bitcoin trading has been fantastic this week for members. Congratulations, 5,000 pips in a couple of days. It was like an explosion, wasn't it? Fantastic. Congratulations to you. And if you like these charts, then subscribe and we'll get you in. I'm going to do a bit of a coaching lesson here on Bitcoin because it's parabolic. I want people to understand a little bit more about the chart. So this is the parabolic chart that we talk about. Everything goes green. Okay, so it's easy. The advanced pro charts are easy to use for beginners, and advanced because the colors tell you which direction to go. Bit of a no-brainer, which is nice and easy. Green is for buy in our world, and red is for sell in a downtrend. So let me just go closer to the market. This is Bitcoin now on a hourly chart. So we are expecting a buy any moment now in terms of Bitcoin, and is going to target, by the way, is $40,000, just to let you know. However, you can see the hourly chart is red. That was the move that we had. All right. So buy and hold. Buy and hold. Now we can see that our profits has been banked. Happy days. And now we wait for the next leg up. So what we do, we just wait for this chart to go green, and then we're long again to $40,000. So just make sure once you've got the Advanced Pro charts that your top-down analysis is good. So the daily is all green, the 4 hour is all green, the 2 hour is all green. Let's have a look at the 2 hour. 2 hour is green, and then you're just waiting for the hour. You can keep going down and down and down to the 5 minute if you want, but don't bother with that. Waste of time. Just wait for the hourly to convert. I've already got an alarm on this, so as soon as we get break of structure to the upside, then I'll throw the signal into the VIP room. Silver trading is okay. It's parabolic. This is the important thing. All the buyers are in on the left. The MACD confirms everything's green. Happy days, holding on to market structure. So again, if you like this chart, then buy it. Silver is good to go. We've got a fresh buy signal, and all the charts agree. Make sure your stop is below this support area here. 22.39 is good. Our target is 24.69. 24.69. It's equally important what not to trade when it's not parabolic. This is oil, by the way, West Texas oil, which we trade. We had a 500 pip short position this week. Congratulations, members, if you had that as well. Back down to the support area here. It's now hitting the very strong support area, $85. So we are expecting a rebound, and our target is going to be $100. So, but this is not parabolic. Can you see why it is not green? All right. So just leave it alone. Don't trade it. Trade everything that's parabolic, like gold. Okay. So we had about 1100 pips. I don't know what it was. I think it was actually more than that this week, but a heck of a lot. So we are expecting this to go higher. I've just done a video on YouTube, and our target for this week is 2065. Now, of course, the targets are given on the weekly Forex forecast, but of course it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks to get there. We don't know. US Canadian is the only one that's got clear parabolic trends, and this is despite the dollar DXY not really trending as clear as we would like it to, but it is stronger. The target is 139.74, so just buy any pullbacks down to about 138.28 and then up to 139.74. Pound Canadian is parabolic to the upside above the 21-day moving average, and all the time frames agree. So this is parabolic, heading for 171.25. Euro Canadian, we've been in for, it seems like forever, but it's not that long. But a nice profit being made as we speak, heading for 147.50. It might have a problem here because that is the massive resistance area. It could blow it out of the water, of course, but it's best to have a target on this one. There's better trades around, so just bank your profits. Got about another 100 pips to go. Pound New Zealand is parabolic. All the buyers are in. We have support at 207.11. Target 214.00. Aussie New Zealand is parabolic, but as you can see, it's reaching the top of its range now. So it's not the best trade in the world. So, if you bought down here, that's fine. But nonetheless, likely to roll over. Euro New Zealand is a better trade because any kind of pullback that you get in the next few days is likely to bounce. And so if it bounces off about 180.50, then you're likely to get a nice profit up to 185.76. So that's it. There's not many Forex trades looking particularly good. Let's just go over them. Pound New Zealand to the upside, Aussie New Zealand to the upside, but limited. I would actually turn that one off. I'm not bothered about that one. Euro New Zealand to the upside, Euro Canadian, about another 100 pips to the upside. Pound Canadian to the upside, US Canadian to the upside. That looks good to go on Monday. Gold, expecting a pullback back down to 1994, possibly, depending what's going on in the Middle East, for another position higher. We're in it anyway. Silver, we are long. Bitcoin, we're waiting for a confirmation. And all the indices, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Aussie 200, UK FTSE, DAX, S&P 500, all short. Watch this space. It could be big. Have a great weekend.